Thanks for joining us,
Thanks
man.
for having me, man.
I love your shirt.
Thank you. It's a good one.
Throwback.
Yeah, the throwback logo. I mean, throwing back to the, for me, I was never alive during these times, but
Yeah.
obviously they were good times, so.
We haven't lived through the good stuff yet.
No, not really.
That's why you're younger than me. Like I had like the 94 and the 99 teams. You were probably too young for the 99 team, right?
No, yeah, the first memory I have of like Patrick Ewing was when he was like being traded. And my brother is like, that guy was like the best Nick. And I was like, oh, that's too bad they're trading him then.
But you were saying you feel like we're in a good place.
I feel like we're in a great place. I am so happy with everything. Well,
Do you like the Hardaway signing?
I think that at least he's a young player, and
I agree with that.
If he would have stayed in the Knicks and performed like he did on the Hawks, we would have signed him.
That's true.
We would have been like, we drafted this guy, he's playing well, we're going to sign him.
That's true.
Because it's, how long is that contract, 4 years?
4 years, and he's 25, so it aligns with his prime.
It's fine.
You like it?
I'm totally fine with that, because I don't think Porzingis is going to be like a championship winning guy for at least a couple more years or 3 years. I think I think the way he's progressing and the way he's been playing in EuroLeague.
Yeah. Are you following that?
Yeah. I mean, I watch the highlights. Every game I watch his highlights. I don't watch the games, but
Yeah, me too.
I watch his highlights, and it's just like amazing.
I'm not going to sit through Latvia, Slovenia. But
No, man.
yeah, no. I mean, Willie looks great. He looks great.
Yeah.
It's exciting, and hopefully, and you're high on Frank Nicolina too.
Yes, I am high on him. I think that I loved that when they did his first interview after they drafted him, they asked him what his favorite part of the game was, and his best part of the game, he said defense.
Yeah.
I think that's really nice. And I also think that, I think that these European guys, and like a guy like Frank, if you drafted an 18-year-old American kid, you never know what you're going to get.
Right.
Because sometimes they can be kind of head cases. But I honestly think, and I love America, obviously, but I think that a kid from France, it's like he probably got all his drinking and craziness out of the way when he was like 14.
That's a great take.
But you have these kids who are playing basketball in America, and like they're not allowed to drink or do anything, and like you can't go out, you can't go to a club, obviously.
Right.
And then they get an NBA contract, and they're in New York City, and they're like,
Right.
oh, One Oak Avenue every night, like, you know what I mean? And then you don't know what you're gonna get. But I think with Frank, he'll be focused. I totally like Frank, and I believe in him, and he's huge.
Yeah, he's for a point guard, massive.
And for an 18-year-old, I mean, he looks like a man.
He does look like a man. And I think you're right. I think we should lower the drinking age. I think that's what I got from that.
Yeah.
I'm hesitant because it's a big deal with Tim, but I like his game. I love that he's a shooter. I love that there's aspects of his game that make me think of Starks, that make me think of like a gunner. I get excited about that.
Yeah. I think Tim has a good head on his shoulders also. I met him when he was on the Knicks the first time, and he was super nice.
Yeah.
And,
did he see your movies?
I think maybe he had, yeah. Like, I was one of those times where I asked him for a photo, and then he like came back and was like, oh, can I get one on my phone? which is always
must
cool.
feel good.
Yeah. I mean, because like sometimes, I don't know, you can tell when people are nice people right away when you meet them. Like I got that with like Porzingis and like Hernan Gomez. Like I've met them like briefly, and they're all really nice. And some players, like I was at All-Star Weekend, it's like you go and say hi, and they sort of like, yeah, thanks, man. You know what I mean?
I want a name.
Well, no, it's mean, but I don't know. Some of them are nicer than others. You know what I mean? And Tim Hardaway, he was a nice guy. You could tell he was a real dude. So.
I saw Baby Driver. It's really good.
Oh, thanks, man.
You're really good in it.
Appreciate it.
Was that exciting to work with Edgar Wright?
It was awesome. Yeah.
He's a great director.
He's awesome. Edgar Wright is great because he has such a specific style. And a lot of film directors, sometimes you're on set and it feels a little manic and they don't know what they want. And they're relying on you a lot to sort of like bring something and they say, oh yeah, I like that. But now let's try something totally different because I'm not sure what I want.
Yeah.
But Edgar Wright knows exactly what he wants. We sat for like a month before we started filming and did rehearsals on everything and working out all the scenes. And when we were finally on set filming, everything was concise, and it was one of the most easy breezy experiences I've had filming something, because I sort of knew I could show up to set and rely on Edgar to tell me what to do, and it was great. It's probably like having a great basketball coach.
Yeah.
It's like you don't have to try to create something every time. It's like I imagine with Popovich, all those players just show up and say, okay, what do we do, Popovich?
I think he's like a D'Antoni director, because it's like fast paced.
Yeah, that's true.
He's got like a vision, right?
Yeah.
He's That's like 3 people probably got that reference. But we got it. We understood it. I thought I made a really great point. You guys gave me silence, but that's okay. I mean, you know what? I noticed when I first saw Shaun of the Dead that it was like, it moved so quickly. Like, there were these quick cuts. I mean...
But that takes a lot of time.
I'm sure, yeah.
Because you have to film so many different angles. It'd be like if they filmed this interview with like 15 different angles.
It's not happening with these 2 cameras. We're working with a budget here. But, so that was exciting. Who do you want to work with? If you could work with any director right now?
Chris Nolan.
That's a good call.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Nolan just does, everything he does is great. I think it's like he doesn't really miss.
Yeah.
It's like with Batman and stuff. I mean, like
Batman was unbelievable.
The Heath Ledger Joker Batman, that was insane. And Batman Begins was they go to that dojo and he's training in the beginning. And then the Tom Hardy Bane Batman.
Yes.
The villains are so good in those Batman.
They're great.
Which
and
I think
so is Bruce Wayne. He's like he's not like a superhero. He's like a person.
He's so great. I mean, Christian Bale is probably one of my top favorite actors.
You want to work with him?
Yeah, I'd love to. Him and Tom Hardy. I mean, all the Christopher Nolan people. It's like, also I know if I was in a Christopher Nolan movie, I get to work with those guys.
Yeah.
Which would be insane. Like, you'd already have the cast. It's like sort of like Edgar Wright. He put together this insane cast. It's a director that puts together the cast. It's not really an actor.
Right.
So it's like you've seen movies with some big actors you might like, and the cast around them isn't that great because maybe they're getting paid to come on. But it's a director who brings together an insane cast, and Chris Nolan's one of those people who does that. You
know, it's crazy. So I was on the road one night, and I just, you know when like the hotel, and it takes forever for the channels to change, and you're like, all right, I give up, whatever, this channel. And it's Corden, and you come on.
Oh, yeah.
And you sing I'm Easy with Jamie Foxx and Corden, and I was like, holy crap, this guy's really talented.
Oh, thanks, man.
What I do is a ruse. This is all a joke. I had just been at the comedy club. That's a different aspect of performance. I mean, you're an actor, but then I'm like, you could be a professional singer.
Thanks, man. That's what I'm trying to do that too. I have an EP that I've been working on, like 5 songs that are finishing up right now and trying to put out in the next few months. With music, I love it because I write the songs and I produce the songs, and I'm in the studio sort of orchestrating the project, and it's versus when I'm acting, sometimes I just show up to set and I have someone tell me what to do, and I'm a part of a great puzzle, but it's not my puzzle. But with music, it's my puzzle, so I really enjoy it for that reason, and I'm excited for my EP to come out because it's like my baby.
I'm excited, man. All right, well, we got more with Ansel Elgort right after this. People Talking Sports. Keep watching.